And welcome everyone, this is Kawil, bringing you a match from the Battlefield 1943 game on the PlayStation 3 Entertainment System. Guys, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening to my commentaries, or just watching the video, or leaving me some smack, or whatever it is that you guys like to do on the YouTubes. This match is a little bit long. It's almost 20 minutes. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to ramble on for a good 20 minutes. But first off, I think I mentioned in my last video last week that I was gonna purchase a new computer. Well, technically, not really purchase one. Watch it. You know the reason that I stop right there before jumping out is because you guys all know what happens if you jump out. And the flag's being taken. Oh, y'all know what happens if you jump out before the boat stops moving? It runs over you and you die! Which is one of the... There's a great thread on the Friends of 43 forum right now about the most horrible ways to die and what pisses you off the most. That's one of them right there! Where you jump out the boat and it runs over you and you're like squashed like a pancake. Anyway, back to what I was talking about earlier. I said on my last week's video that I was going to purchase a computer, and I just a while ago said that it's not really purchasing a computer, it's getting all the components together so that I can build it. Now, this computer that I'm building now, I actually pulled the trigger. I pulled the trigger a couple of days, last week actually, beginning of the week. Went on Tiger Direct. Again, this is not an endorsement, simply the place I use, tigerdirect.com. And I hooked myself up with some pretty sweet, some pretty sweet components. Some of them are top of the line, others aren't. I am not a hardcore PC enthusiast where, I sit there and I, rate and review components and power, what do they call them things? Power supplies and processors and hard drives and external this and internal that. No, I don't do that. I just go with what I know is gonna hook me up with a decent rig, all right? So just to break it down, this is what I got, okay? And let me break away from that. Don't worry, I'll come back to it. But I just want to talk about looking in the rearview mirror, because look at that. There's coming a boat across the land. No, actually, it's not across the land. Across the sea! It's always good to take a gander at the rear view and see what's going on behind you. Because defending flags is just as important as taking them. Anyway, back to the computer. So, like I said, I pulled the trigger, and after $850 later, from TigerDirect.com, I'm hooking myself up with a pretty sweet little rig. It's not the best. It's not the best. I mean, I don't go for water cooled. No, you can't. No, you can't do that. Anyway, guys, right here is a cool little tank sequence where they just completely. Anyway, it ends with me getting blown up finally. But I mean, it's just I thought it was pretty decent. So here you go. Make of that what you will. I think my rig is gonna be pretty sweet once I get it all together, and it's actually the UPS is supposed to deliver it sometime today. And today, of course, is August 26th. It's a Monday, and it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the Pacific time. Or whatever time zone Arizona is on, because we have a funky time zone where we don't change. I've talked about that before. So anyway, suffice it to say, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm waiting with bated breath for my computer to come in, or rather the components, so I can put this bad boy together. Anyway, just a rundown of what the components are. It is an i5, an Intel i5, 35 something, I don't remember exactly. It's running at 3.4 gigahertz. It's quad core, blah, 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 blah. I'll post some pics up while I'm actually, maybe in my next vid, or maybe I'll even just make a building my computer. Kawil's building his computer, and I'll put it up on the YouTube so y'all can check it out. But it's got the i5. It's got a 2 terabyte hard drive internal. I'm not going with an SSD. I don't really see the need for it. I mean, look, I'm an old school guy. Hell, when I was playing with computers, we still let me just put it this way. There was still computers, and they're just coming at me, I tell you. There was still computers where you actually had to punch out the cards in order to program a computer. You know, you had to punch out the cards to program them in. And hard drives were like the size of a room, you know. So I'm that old, guys. So when you're talking about SSDs, yeah, they're a little bit faster and they load a little bit quicker, and there's a little bit of that, and there's no moving parts, and no. I'm fine. I'm fine with the old school platter, with the old school record playing looking hard drive that moves up and down. Yeah, I can work with that. Just give me a nice SATA hard drive. I'm rolling. That's all I need. That's all I need right now. So a 2 tera, and that was really lucky. I was lucky right here in this whole sequence, until I wasn't, and you'll see when that happens. So we got the processor, the 2 terabyte hard drive, which I have really gonna have really hard time filling out because I still have a 2 terabyte external that I use to hold all my videos and movies and all the other, and porn. I mean, you gotta have porn, right? You gotta have porn on a hard drive, right? So anyway, and I still have a little over a terabyte left free on the external, and I've got about 60 movies. I've got all the videos that I've made that are on YouTube. Of course, when you render them, it brings them down to smaller size, but still, there's about 50 videos on there just of my YouTube shenanigans. So that gives you an idea of that with this 2 terabyte internal, which I'm going to partition into probably about 4 partitions. I'll probably have one partition. It's like 500 gig, and then maybe 3 others of 500 gig. It's just easier when it's computer talk. I could talk about partitioning and how it's easier to defrag and blah blah blah, and it's separate and it's easy. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because you know what? It's not necessary. Just suffice to say the 2 terabyte hard drive is going to be reduced into 4 partitions, probably of about 500 gigabytes each. All right, so I'll have the C drive, the D drive, the E drive, and the F drive, and I'll have my external, which will be called the E drive. That's just the way you can call them different stuff, but that's just the way it's going to be, okay? All right, so got the hard drive. Oh, let's go with the RAM. We're going with 8 gig of RAM, which is actually overclocked, and I could go into speeds, but just suffice to say it's pretty quick. All right, it's pretty quick. I was gonna go to 16 gig. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not really gonna use 16 gig. About the only time that I'll be using 16 gig is probably during the rendering process when I'm making the videos. I need a cigarette. Oh, where did they all come from? I just need a cigarette after that. Woo! Sorry, guys. Man, it's just like abracadabra. And so anyway, I'm only gonna go with 8 gig, which is fine. I've got 6 gig in my machine right now. And it's working fine with me. Of course, I'm gonna have Windows 7. I'm just gonna transfer it over to my new computer. Let's see, we have the video card. Probably one of the most important pieces of the entire rig is your video card, your processor, and your RAM. Okay, and there's ways to tweak each and every one of those, but let's just suffice it to say that I got a pretty decent processor. I mean, it's a pretty decent processor. The RAM, 8 gig overclocked, and the speeds are high. That's pretty good too. And so that the third piece, or the critical piece, is the video card. I decided to go with a Radeon HD 7850, I think. Forgive me if I don't remember the numbers right off the top of my head. Anyway, and I'll take the prayers right here, guys. I'll take them. I'll take that. I thought he was going for the tank. I thought he was going. That's why I was trying to kill him. Anyway, so here's a nice little tank run. They just absolutely rolling on me, and you'll watch. Just watch. Anyway, back to the video card. It is 2 gigabytes worth of video card memory. 2 gigabytes, baby, and it's also running pretty fast, like over a meg, over 1,000 megahertz, I think is what the clock speed is. So that's a pretty decent video card. Now, and I spent just under $100 for it. I'm not one of these guys that will spend $400 on a video card or buy two $200 video cards at SLI and chain them. Bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm a family guy. $800, 800 bones out of my pocket was enough money. Okay? That's you know, that's a lot of money. And I'm skimping in a lot of areas, like the motherboard. The motherboard is ATX form factor. At least I think it is. On the actual website, it was talking about micro ATX, but in other places I was looking, they were talking it's ATX, and I looked at the dimensions, and it was an ATX form factor. So I don't know who's wrong, who's right, who gives a damn. But let's just face it, it's an Asus. Let's just say that it's gonna work for me, and that was like a $60 MOBO right there. So and here's my fail driving. I'm stuck. I can't get out of there. Yeah, it's like I got stuck in the walker, right? Oh my God. Anyway, so hopefully the video card will be good to go, because it's 2 gig. Right now I got a 1 gig, and I'm enjoying it, but I've noticed some issues. Not hardcore issues, but I mean, this video card is probably 2 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old at least. And as you know, shit goes obsolete pretty quickly in the gaming world. This isn't primarily for gaming, because as you guys know, I do play Guild Wars 2, and well, it's just gonna look a lot sweeter. So there we go. We got processor, hard drive, motherboard, which I told you about, video card, RAM, and then you got the processor comes with this, and I got lucky right there with the air raid. No, you can't have it. And so I got a little lucky there. The processor does come with a stock fan. However, I purchased a Coolmaster processor fan and heatsink, because it's just a little bit better to keep the temperatures down. Of course, I purchased the case, mid tower. It's got all the bays, got all this, got all that. Fits your grandmother's cooking in. Please, can I get a please? Thank you, Lord. What a shot that was. I try it again, and I do get another shot like that, but there's nobody in there. But you'll see that the vehicle explodes. So it was okay. Notice the line of C4 on the road. Notice the line of C4 on the road. I was trying to remember if I saw that, and I think right there I did see it, because I didn't keep going. All right. So anyway, back to the computer. Yeah, so back to the computer. Guys, sorry, I had to clear my throat. I had to drink a little bit of the Nestle iced tea. Here's what I was talking about. Empty. It's empty, but I still get it, so it still counts. But God, I got about 5 minutes to go, guys. 6 minutes to go. All right. So the case is, standard. I think it was like $30. Tiger Direct. I don't need anything with lights. I don't need it to take off. I don't need it to announce to the world that, yeah, I made my own PC and it's just it's uber fantastic. No, it doesn't need to do that. It just needs to hold all the shit that I put for the computer. I mean, it needs to hold all the shit and hold it well. And that's all I need. That's all I need right there. So the power supply is a 700. I think it's a 700 watt. That's for the video card, pretty much. You want to make sure that you have enough to power the video card, for the most part. Let's see what else. Oh, and also if you want to add some other junk, like maybe you want to go SLI, add another video card, or if you want to put in, a supercharged powerhouse that runs at 5,000 million megahertz per second, and teraflops and gigabytes and all that good stuff. But no, 700 watt is just good enough. It might even be too much, but I went on the safe side. Anyway, I bought some case fans. So it's going to have probably 3 case fans in there. The case comes with one. So it's going to have 3 or 4 case fans in there. And they light up, but nowadays you can't really get a case fan that doesn't light up. It's not a huge problem. I don't really care. Again, I don't really care if my my case takes off or not. I just want it to work. And these guys are all over the place. Where are you guys coming from? You're killing me here. So yeah, I'm going to be putting all that good stuff together. It should be in tonight. Like I said, tonight is Monday, August 26th. It should be in by today sometime. And I'm going to start working on it. Because all of the components are pretty much coming at the same time. Except for the processor fan. You know, heatsink. It's coming tomorrow. So I can put pretty much everything else together. And I'll take pictures, like I said. I'll take pictures. Maybe I'll even make a little short video about it. Maybe you guys will even see my handsome mug. Yeah, baby! Then again, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. What else? So we got the computer. Oh, and I gotta get... you know, the hardest part of building a computer... It's not really that it's hard. It's let me just tell you. The most nerve-wracking part of building your own computer is right when you go to hit the power button after you've put everything together. Alright? And you're just hoping and praying that you didn't screw something up really hardcore. And that everything powers up and then you can proceed with installing Windows, which is a whole nother world. So I've built, let me see. The one I'm recording on right now, I built that one. I built my wife's, and I built. That's it. I've built 2 computers. Okay, and each time I've gotten better. After a while, you know, you kind of figure out how things work. I should have mentioned that I did work. I don't know if you guys knew this. I used to work for Hewlett Packard in their desktop division, their desktop computer division. I was tech support, let's put it that way, back in the old 95, 98 days, Windows 95, 98 days. Guys, don't ask me any technical questions. I have forgotten more than I knew, or I've known more than I've forgotten, or whatever that saying is. Just suffice to say, I don't remember a lot of that stuff that I did. And plus, Windows 7 and XP there's so much more, they're so much better. Vista is a piece of shit, in my opinion. Windows Millennium is a piece of shit, is too good of a word for Windows Millennium. Windows 2000 I've never really used. I've heard it's okay. But XP and 7 are the bomb. Let's just put it that way. I don't like Windows 8, and the only reason I don't like Windows 8 is because it's got that whole tablet interface going on there. No, you cannot hide in the building. It's just not possible. Sorry. But and Windows 8 may very well be a great operating system. Maybe it's just because I haven't used it. I could be, you know, whatever. But I happen to think XP and Windows 7, you can't go wrong with either one of them. I use Windows 7. I got the kids' computer and my wife's computer with XP. We've had no problems. I'm not, you know, other than the normal stuff that happens with Windows, we've really had no problems. So I can't say anything bad about them. Anyway, guys, the video is starting to dwindle down here a little bit. As you can tell, the match kind of got a little bit out of hand. I don't know how that happened. I guess we had some of the guys from the other team leave, or maybe some other guys from my team joined up. It had more, you know, so it got a little out of hand. And you know, forgive me for not dying to notice how many times that I died and saw the screen. But anyway, guys, we're coming up on the end here. I might be another week or 2 late when it comes to getting you a video, because I got to put all my computer together and then install all of my shit. You know, so guys, until maybe next week, maybe the week after, this is Kawil signing off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please check out my other ones. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.